Welcome back to Bike Culture Hub. There's something unmistakably satisfying about a motorcycle that doesn't just look like a piece of history, it rides like it too. But in a way that's refined, reimagined, and engineered for the modern world. That's precisely the magic Honda has bottled in the 2026 NX650 Retro Scrambler. A machine that salutes the raw freedom of the 90s trail thumpers and urban trackers, while seamlessly blending in new age refinement and engineering prowess. If you've been chasing the feeling of nostalgic simplicity without sacrificing daily rideability, this might just be the bike that brings it all home. The NX650 name, for longtime fans, instantly evokes the rugged aura of the old Honda Dominator. It was never the loudest, fastest, or most aggressive bike on the road, but what it lacked in flash, it made up for in soul. The 2026 NX650 Retro Scrambler doesn't just wear the Dominator legacy as a badge, it revives it. From the moment you lay eyes on it, the retro-styled tank with its heritage stripe, the twin analog-digital dials, the high-mounted exhaust tucked neatly against the subframe, and the squat, thick-tread tires, you know this machine is crafted to celebrate dual sport routes with a vintage lens. It's the kind of bike that makes you want to roll through mountain passes at dawn, cruise through dusty alleyways by noon, and park it proudly at a cafe by sunset. Underneath all the style is an engine that defines the heart of this scrambler. The 644 cubic centimeters single-cylinder, air-cooled thumper is a reworked descendant of the legendary RFBC engine that powered the original Dominator. In its 2026 form, it's tuned for better efficiency, reduced vibration, and linear torque. This single-cylinder motor now pumps out around 45 horsepower and 54 Nm of torque, which might not scream performance on paper, but the delivery is what matters. It's punchy in the low and mid-range, perfect for city escapes and trails. It responds to the throttle with a steady growl that feels both mechanical and organic, raw in just the right amount. The 5-speed gearbox is smooth, albeit a bit old-school in feel, which matches the bike's character. What's new, however, is the inclusion of a slipper clutch and a lightweight assist mechanism, which makes downshifts smoother and traffic navigation far less fatiguing. For a bike in this segment, it's a surprisingly comfortable commuter too. Honda has worked in modern EFI tuning, optimized gear ratios, and better counterbalancers to reduce engine buzz at cruising speeds, making it a well-behaved motorcycle on highways and city roads alike. The chassis is where things get interesting. The NX650 rides on a tubular steel frame reminiscent of Honda's 90s dual-sport lineage, but it's stiffer, lighter, and more refined. The front end boasts 43mm Showa upside-down forks, and at the rear, a monoshock with preload adjustability takes care of business. The suspension travel has been optimized to allow actual trail riding, with 220mm at the front and 210mm at the rear, enough to soak in off-road bumps, but not so tall that it feels unwieldy in urban environments. Handling is another area where Honda has struck a beautiful balance. The bike weighs in at around 165 kilograms dry, which is pretty commendable given its build. The 18-inch front and 17-inch rear spoke wheels are wrapped in dual-purpose tires that aren't just for looks, they grip well on both dirt and tarmac. Whether you're sliding over loose gravel or carving tight urban corners, the NX650 Retro Scrambler feels planted, nimble, and honest. It doesn't pretend to be a full enduro, nor does it behave like a clumsy street cruiser. It's just right in its own lane. The braking setup features a 296mm front disc with a dual-piston caliper and a 240mm rear disc, both with standard dual-channel ABS. The braking performance is progressive and confident, with a natural feel at the lever. There's no aggressive bite, and that's a good thing for riders who want a predictable, balanced braking system, especially off-road where modulation matters more than force. Design-wise, Honda has hit the bullseye. The NX650 Retro Scrambler oozes character from every angle. The fuel tank, now at 14 liters, features a brushed metal finish in some variants, with subtle Honda decals that nod to the company's classic adventure bikes. The side covers have that old-school number plate look, and the fenders are chopped just enough to give it a tracker edge. The round LED headlamp, wrapped in a minimalist housing, along with the retro-style turn indicators and a tucked-in LED tail light, give the bike a distinctive nighttime presence. It's retro without being cliché. The seat is another standout detail. Flat, ribbed, and crafted in weather-resistant leatherette, it comfortably supports both rider and pillion. The riding triangle is neutral and commanding, with wide handlebars that give excellent leverage and an upright seating posture that feels at home both on trails and during long cruises. The pegs are slightly rear set, offering a sportier stance, but they're rubber mounted and vibration dampened to enhance comfort. Instrumentation is a tasteful blend of analog and digital. There's a circular twin-pod layout, one dial for the classic speedometer, and the other a digital panel for gear indicator, fuel gauge, trip meters, and clock. It's simple, legible, and beautifully retro. The switchgear is tactile, with backlighting added for nighttime usability. Honda has even thrown in a USB-C charging port, neatly integrated near the handlebar for mobile charging on the go. In terms of technology, Honda kept things basic on purpose. There's no traction control, no riding modes, and no app connectivity. What you do get is reliability, mechanical purity, and a riding experience that doesn't filter your connection to the machine. It's this analog charm that sets the NX650 apart in an increasingly digital motorcycle world. When you ride it, you're not scrolling menus, you're throttling through moments. And now, let's talk about price. Honda has managed to keep the 2026 NX650 Retro Scrambler very accessible. In most markets, it will launch at approximately $7,999. For a bike that combines a modern chassis, reliable power plant, scrambler styling, and serious daily utility, this is solid value. It's also A2 license friendly in many regions, which makes it an enticing option for new riders who want something with heritage appeal without being overwhelmed by displacement or bulk. There's no doubt that the NX650 is designed to appeal to a specific kind of rider. Someone who craves raw mechanical feedback. Someone who wants to take the long way home just to ride through that one unpaved back road. Someone who values form, function, and story over specs and screens. And most importantly, someone who believes a motorcycle should be more than just transportation, it should be a companion for life's open-ended journeys. In the growing world of scrambler-styled bikes, where many models are essentially street machines with knobby tires, the NX650 actually walks the talk. It's a real scrambler in both spirit and substance. You can ride it to work, wrench it on weekends, take it camping, cruise on mountain roads, and it'll be there, humming that mellow thumper beat all the way through. So, who is this bike really for? It's for the romantics. For the purists. For the ones who grew up hearing stories of the old Dominator and want to experience that timeless ethos with modern-day dependability. It's for young riders looking to connect with the roots of motorcycling, and for seasoned veterans wanting a no-nonsense machine that respects tradition. And while it may not boast the electronic suite of a high-tech adventure tourer or the razor-sharp reflexes of a modern naked, what it does offer is authenticity. That's it for this edition of Bike Culture Hub. If you're as captivated by the blend of vintage DNA and modern simplicity as we are, drop a comment below and let us know what you think about the NX650 Retro Scrambler. Is it your next dream ride? Or just another classic reborn? Either way, thanks for riding along with us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon for more reviews and moto stories that keep the culture alive. Until next time, ride safe and ride free.